Masami, is it possible this day and age to put your headphone jack into your microphone jack and your microphone jack into your headphone jack and hear sound through your microphone and talk through your headphones?
Well, I'm not sure about all of that, but I know every time I jack my headphones to my whatever Yeti I happen to actually fucking have, um, that single connection from it goes from the headphones to the microphone. If I turn a certain button up, I can hear myself through the headset. So it just
Self-monitoring.
yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a way more advanced feature than what I accidentally did when I was 12.
Well, technology's come a long way since you were 12, Doc. It's
know.
like time passes.
I know. I'm from back in the day when an Intel Celeron processor with 350 megahertz of power was like banging. Holy shit. I had the sweetest gaming rig in like 1999 that was pre-built by HP. It cost like $500. It cost $500 back then. Like computers.
The inflation rate would be on that.
What these days it'd be like a budget computer. It'd be like, yeah, it'd be. I mean, $500 in 1999. Realistically, that's like $7,000 today. But
yay, inflation!
But back in 1999, like 500. No computers cost $500. You're talking about like 1,000, 2,000. You know, it was novel to have a home desktop PC, and all of a sudden this HP came along from Best Buy or some shit. And it was dirt cheap, and I was like, "Mom, can we have one?" She was like, "No, we have a computer at home," and we did. It was an Apple IIe.
That wasn't a computer. That was a typing box.
It was a console for me to play Number Munchers. That's what it was.
Number Munchers was the shit.
It was a fucking awesome game. Holy shit, I love Number Munchers. Oh man, yeah, Number Munchers and Oregon Trail. I'm pretty sure that's everybody was raised on either or both.
And if you weren't, I don't trust you. If she doesn't get a you died to dysentery joke, she's too young for you, bro.
That is the damn truth. It's the damn truth. See, it goes the opposite way too. If the guy doesn't know the joke, not every young gamer these days understands that.
That's fucking heresy.
It's as much a litmus test for the ever so rare but actually steadily increasing girl gamer that is out there of my particular generation.
Yeah.
Tell Posen to calm his tits.
It sounds like he's having a great time doing something.
He's having a great time out there, man.
I don't even know what he's doing. I think he's in a voice chat on one of our other servers.
He's explaining to someone that it's not possible to crossbreed drow with goblins.
That is entirely possible, and I will thank you to stay out of my kink folder. God
damn. I won't now, and now I just want to see your kink folder.
There's here recently there has been a lot of Karlach porn in there. A lot of Karlach porn.
Well, that's
I wish
fine.
she would step on me. Wait.
That's perfectly normal.
Also, apparently, I'm so pale that I can burn in mid-September.
That is
the beacons
awesome.
are lit.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club.
The beacons of Minas Tirith are lit.
Gondor calls for aid.
I am so pale. We went to the zoo on Sunday, and like I had planned only being there like maybe 1 o'clock, right? Because the sun doesn't get really intense until the afternoon.
Yeah,
normally
about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So But we ended up being there longer because it turns out a friend was meeting us there and I wasn't aware of it. So we ended up almost being there until almost 4:00.
Oh no.
And I had shed my coat like 10 a.m. maybe, 10:30. And we'd been walking around and my shirt was just open enough that I have this beautiful ring of red down most of around my neck, the back of my neck, the upper part of my chest, and even my lower arms because I had a short sleeve shirt on. So good old farmer's tan, yo.
Hey,
Just in the
you know
perfect.
you know what we call that in the South?
Sorry, I'm late.
A dating calling card.
Welcome.
That's what we call that, friend. That is a good
Yeah.
Saturday night, is
Yeah.
what that is.
So Omega,
So I burned before 3 p.m.
Good
mid-September.
Good job.
Yeah.
good.
Sorry, go ahead, Doc.
No, I was just gonna tell Omega that the hayseeds are trading in jokes. I'm sorry. It sounded a lot more loving in my head. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Church of Chonkwij podcast. It's your regular crew.
It's
Welcome to the pit today.
That's it.
That's first.
Yeah. We're actually starting around 9 too, so that's impressive in and of itself.
we're only 3 minutes late today. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I am.
Good job to us.
My fault.
No,
No.
hey.
No, it's fine. We're
we need to
usually
apologize.
we're 15 minutes late every day anyway. It doesn't matter. It's all good. And our audience is pouring in. Thank you, Zero. I'm assuming 90% of these people are coming for Zero.
Yes, it's all because of me. They
sure
love
shit
the
isn't me.
they love the sultry tones of my voice.
I mean, yeah, it's
it's
quite
that-
dulcet.
It's that West Virginian accent of
Hey,
yours.
You know what? Fuck off. Really? Really? We're gonna do that this early in the podcast?
Really?
Really?
Right in front of my Codex Astartes. That's great.
It's okay. I can't fucking read it.
Well, that's not going to stop me because I can't read.
Can't read.
I'm sorry. It was right there.
It was amazing.
Oh, God.
It was
It was
amazing. You
great.
have
I love
nothing
it.
to be sorry about for.
Nope.
Yeah. Anyway, I
Oh.
have limited functionality this time. Everything through OBS is fine. Everything through Twitch is fine. So I'm watching all that shit. But I am. It's really difficult, guys, to scroll back in Discord a whole year. And once you get there, you really don't want to leave. So that's where my computer's Discord is at. I'm running my day-to-day Discord through my phone, and doing this because the anniversary podcast is coming up in a couple weeks, and it's gonna be a hoot.
Oh God. Oh
Get to
God.
find out what word I've been abusing this year.
So far, I'm through October, November, and December of 2022, and so far it doesn't look like you've been abusing any words. But in those 3 months, some hilarious shit did happen.
Oh God.
So,
Oh God.
yeah, tune in to the anniversary podcast on the 16th, October 16th, 2023. It will be an all-night gala celebration with blackjack and hookers.
And
That's all I
cocaine.
got. That's
I'm
all I
bringing the cocaine. By the way, funny thing, don't ever walk in when your father-in-law has asked you to bring a cup of sugar to the house so that he can make pies to have for dessert for Sunday dinner, and throw a baggie of sugar on the counter and say, "There's the cocaine." He doesn't really appreciate that like everybody else I know does.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love it. And so will Linus. Now or in the future. Hi, future
He
Linus.
also did not get my Dr. Roxo reference, which made me sad.
I mean, that's
yeah. How old is he?
that's a small audience, if we're being honest.
I seriously do. A lot of cocaine. Oh man, Metalocalypse, the band Death Clock, the group came through here, and I believe they played their concert by now. It was Death Clock and Baby Metal Fuck yeah.
I actually watched a video of the opening with Boneface reading the concert etiquette, which was great.
Everybody likes Boneface.
It does not. It doesn't top. I hate to say it. It does not top. Oh God, what's his name? The squirrel, Foamy the squirrel's convention etiquette video, but it's right up there.
I don't know Foamy the squirrel.
Oh, but you would love Foamy the squirrel.
You
Foamy
don't
the squirrel
know.
that surprises me. It surprises me too, Masami.
You don't know. Oh, what in the?
I'm sorry.
Everybody-
I don't know Foamy the
Timeline-
Squirrel. I've never heard of Foamy the Squirrel.
I will.
I believe that Omega would, but Doc seems wow. Yeah, it hooks them up there. Zero.
I will be posting all of the best ones of him and Pilsy. Pilsy the squirrel is great.
So by the way, this didn't happen in 2023, but what's more surprising, that I don't know who Foamy the Squirrel is, or that I accidentally quote Letterkenny, even though I've never seen the show?
That's amazing, is what that is. I still think you should watch the show, but at the same time, I don't want you to watch the show. That way, when you make references, Masami and I can get giddy like schoolgirls together.
I
You
was.
don't already?
No, well, I mean,
Oh wait, there it is. Okay. Okay. So. It was a great week for gaming. No, it actually wasn't a great week for gaming. It was kind of a sad week for gaming. Frowny face. So yeah, just to start off here, the sad news of the passing of modder Davor, who is the creator of the iconic Garry's Mod tool gun, and he passed for unknown reasons. He was 35 years old, and here's a picture of the tool gun. If you've never played Garry's Mod. For a while there, I was really, really intensely trying to set up a Garry's Mod server for all of us. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, so that we could go in and we could play stupid, shitty games during a podcast. And it didn't work out. It's actually much more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
I tried to play Garry's Mod once, and it did not go well.
Yeah, see, Prop Hunt, I thought would be like a fucking hilariously fun game, or Find the Imposter, back when Among Us wasn't a game. Like, Garry's Mod had a lot of really, or still does, has a lot of really cool features on it, because it's basically a giant sandbox that you can build games with. But yeah, this dude, probably not very well known in the gaming community, but everybody knows that fucking tool gun. If you've ever heard of Garry's Mod, you know the tool gun. And he's the dude who did it. Alrighty, so that is him. Rip Davor. What was his real name? Dave Hunt. There you go. In the picture, he looks very happy. But I'd be very happy too if I were in England or Wales or Scotland or France or Italy. Maybe Italy.
Somewhere other than the United States.
Somewhere with, yeah, those huge rolling green pastures and hills with the really old stone walls. That's definitely Europe. Anywho. Yeah. So some stuff got announced this week. Omega, you posted that Ubisoft is announcing Division 3.
Yeah. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Because Division 2 did so
really
well.
Hard. Yeah. Because Division Heartland has already come out and was a smashing success. By the way, it hasn't come out and the beta was awful.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I'm so disconnected from anything about the Division nowadays that I don't know whether you guys are being sincere or sarcastic with the things that you're saying, like whether this shit's tanking or not. Yeah, so.
I believe that Division 2 failed to meet expectations, which is why they released a DLC called Division 2, Warlords of New York, and brought the game back to New York. Because,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and they didn't, Apparently, the audience wasn't, or the gaming audience for Division 2 was not too keen on running around Washington, D.C. in the summer with bags of garbage everywhere, because you could just smell the rotting banana peels and coffee grinds.
The water was green, too.
Yeah, just all around horrible.
Not fun.
If you're going to go post-apocalyptic, trash covered everywhere, then it's hard to do better than New York in the winter.
It just had, the first Division just had such a amazing vibe to it.
I loved it, man.
Yeah, we all did.
Division 2 felt like the same game without the environment that made the game interesting.
You know what it was kind of like? It was kind of like Division 1 if Division 1 had been in Ghost Recon Wildlands. If it had been in one of those, or even, what was the one that came after Wildlands? The one that we played? Yeah, Breakpoint. Yeah.
That game was real fun for a minute.
Yeah, it really was. But that's the other thing.
Real fun for a little while.
Breakpoint had like the jungle, and you had a large area to just sort of dick around and do whatever the fuck you want. Division doesn't have those mechanics. As far as I know, Division 2 doesn't have vehicles. That's kind of a major difference.
It does not.
But yeah. Yeah, so the thing about this, I guess, the thing worth pointing out about Division 3 or any Ubisoft announcement for a game is that they're piling these announcements up with no release dates for, I think, half a dozen games at this point, 2 of which are now Division. So it's confusing people. Like, when are you going to get around to it?
A lot of the and my buddy and I talked about this because he made his bones on Twitch playing Rainbow Six Extraction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how his channel really took off. And that game could have done amazingly. But Ubisoft decided to shit the bed and not support the game beyond the initial launch. And they just straight up didn't care for the game after the first year. They didn't do anything after the first year.
Ubisoft has that's an unfortunate pattern with Ubisoft. I wanna say, because where was I going with this? My mind just completely farted out. Never mind.
To a galaxy far away.
It's just my brain entirely shut off there. Oh god. Hey, did I tell you guys that I got into a war with a wasp nest today?
You did.
Yeah, that sounds exciting.
That was fucking great.
Purge and holy fire.
Omega, you would have gotten a kick out of this because my dad was like scrambling about looking for a camera. He wanted to take a picture of me, but it's my full blizzard gear. So my snow pants and my thick coat and I had a baklava and ski goggles and my thick gloves and my boots that are rated to negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I duct taped all the seals. So I had duct tape seals around my ankles, around my wrists, and around my waist, and around my neck. And then I put a fucking a mesh net over my head that's supposed to be for mosquitoes, but it works just as well for wasps. And fucking went out there with 4 cans of wasp killer and a backhoe, and just dug it up. I dug up the whole fucking hive. I found the queen, crushed with my gloved hand, and drowned the hole in wasp killer.
Oh, that's great.
I committed righteous genocide on the wasp people.
Fluffy's meme, our day ended with pain, their lineage ended with genocide.
Yep. It did, yeah, it did. They still, even with all the fucking duct tape, they still managed to get through. I got stung 3 times on the wrist, but it's fine. Everything's fine. They're dead. My puppy is avenged.
Don't fuck with the dog, man.
They stung my fucking puppy. He was out there having a good time, and they fucking so that's the reason why they died so violently.
Fucking pricks.
Assholes.
What's up, Greatness Gaming? Is that Fluffy?
I don't know.
But Greatness Gaming, blink twice if you're Fluffy. All right. You probably did. I don't know. So anyway, there was another game that got posted. Omega actually, he posted this one too, and it's called First Descendant. And I'd never heard of this before, so I looked it up and I took a look at the trailer. It's actually available on Steam. Coming soon.
A friend of mine at work, Lucas, shout out, he actually might be listening tonight. He told me we had a podcast, and if he wanted to hear some awful broadcasting bullshit, he could come give a listen. So he might either be listening now or checking out the YouTube later. But he showed me this video and it looked pretty cool. It looked like Warframe plus
yeah, he's in chat. Apex. He's in chat right now.
Oh. Hey, what's up?
Fucking
That's Lucas.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. What about this game? I read the article and I read the Steam page, and I have a follow up. But yeah, what's it about? What's good about it?
I don't know.
Well, what's
Lucas?
Not good about it?
Hit us up in chat. Tell us what you like about it. I mean, we've played a ton of Warframe. I've never played Apex. I never got into like competitive games, shooters. I left that probably a decade ago, but I've watched plenty of it. I don't know, the trailer looked pretty great. It looks like it incorporates a lot of the fast movement style of Warframe, the combination of weaponry plus abilities that's seeming to become more popular across really all shooters. It looks fun.
I will say this: I watched Merc play it for a little bit today, and it does look fun. It definitely looks fun. It gave me lots of Destiny vibes.
So Greatness Gaming says, at the moment, it's the feel of something different. It is still in beta, and they need to get the kinks out with the whip movement. It's more fun than Outriders.
Actually, Outriders, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
I didn't play the full game, but I played the beta of Outriders quite a bit, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That's high praise then in my book.
So the game that this reminded me of when I was reading through, or actually I went to the Steam page and I watched one of the trailers, and when I saw the gameplay, it really reminded me of Anthem. If anybody remembers Anthem from EA in 2019.
Such a fun game. Such a letdown, but such a fun game.
Yeah.
I never played it, but I remember the hype, and then I remember the overwhelming just disappointment and then full disappearance.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, we all played, we were either in the alpha or the beta or both. And yeah, and we fucking played it, but the thing is, EA dropped the ball in endgame. They made the grinding portion of the game just awful, and the loot wasn't worth it, and then the loot was too hard to find, and then there weren't enough crates, and so yeah, the endgame kind of spoiled the entire experience, and that game got dropped like hot garbage. But that was sad, because the mechanics of it were fun. The idea of it was fun. Customizing your mech suit was fun. You got to fly around in a fucking mech suit, and you had all fully automatic weapons attached to each arm. How is that not a fun game? So, yeah. Anthem, Outriders, I wouldn't mind giving this game a shot. If it's getting positive reviews, yeah, let's give it a try, and hopefully, because this is not being done by a huge AAA studio, hopefully, yeah, Endgame gets done right.
And like I said, give me a good PvE experience. I don't need competitive. I'm over that portion of my life.
Yep.
Just give me a fun PvE experience, and let's fucking go.
Hoping their companions are mounts for First Descendant. That would be interesting. Well, companions would be interesting. I'm not sure how mounts would work, but I haven't tried the beta, so there you go. What's going on my screen right now? All right, here we go. So, yeah, this game actually looks like fun. Unlike what Ubisoft is recycling, because remember, there is nothing original anymore. There are only repeats for large studios.
And then there's X Defiant.
And then there's X Defiant. Too soon? No. So, well, yeah, no, good. Do it, Zero. Say it. Say it.
I was going to say something, and I hit one of my buttons that did a soundboard thing, and it completely caught me off guard, and now I don't remember what I was going to say. Great.
I've got one of those, too.
I would put puppies in it.
See? It's great. It's a great soundboard. Why is
mine
that
was
one?
Why that one? Why that one in specific?
Why not the one about him throwing up in 2 states at once?
Yep.
Oh, he projectile vomited across state lines. Yes, that's the correct one. Thank you. Okay, so I've had a brain fart. Zero's had a brain fart. Masami, it's your turn next.
To have a brain fart?
Yeah, at some point you're going to be talking, and then all of a sudden it's just going to stop.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Today is not that moment, though.
Good. You're doing better than the rest of us, at least.
Yeah, I just got off vacation, man.
I know. I'd like a vacation, but every time I go on vacation, it's just more stressful than actually being.
This one I managed not to have that happen. I don't know what I did differently, but you know.
How do you do that? Especially when you're going to museums and stuff, because that's also what I like to do. And so it's just like, oh, there are the 4 places that I need to go, and I need to maximize my enjoyment in each of them. And if I don't do exactly the right things in exactly the right order, then my day is going to be wasted. And that's the head spin.
I know what the difference was. It's because we didn't go to a place that we hadn't been before. We actually went to a place we just hadn't been in a while. So all we did was the things that we remembered liking to do and wanted to do again. Like there's a theater in the town we went to that we really love because they've got the best fucking popcorn ever, and they give you unlimited refills of that shit, and they will fill it up during the movie. They will come to you sitting in the theater and get you more popcorn.
So what you're telling me is that instead of going someplace new, I need to go back to West Philadelphia, and maybe this time I won't get shot at.
Okay, so let's correct that statement. You're going to West Philadelphia. You're gonna get shot at.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen regardless.
I almost went to college there. No joke, I almost went to college in Philadelphia.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, I think that would have been a mistake. New York was way better. Oh, wait, I'll repreface that. The weed in New York was way better. Okay. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, so last week we covered Unity making a very unpopular announcement that they're going to switch to a pay-per-install model, 20 cents per install for developers after they got past the $200,000 sales mark or $1 million sales mark, depending on what package developers had subscribed to. This week, Unity finally made a statement. They broke their silence, and holy hell, the backpedaling could power a city. So, Unity started a firestorm, quoting from the article here, Unity started a firestorm off a week ago, and they announced poorly thought out and overreaching Unity runtime fee. To say that Unity developers didn't like it would be a bit of an understatement. So, yeah. We covered all this last week, but developers started pulling out Unity ads from in their game, the menus in their games. They started switching or threatening to just shutter their games entirely and make them not available for sale on Steam anymore, in the case of Cult of the Lamb, or that they were going to redo development of their game so that they could have it on a different engine. So what happened this week is Unity's Mark Whitten, who leads Unity Create, which includes the Unity engine and editor teams, apologized and said that their Unity Personal plan is going to remain free. There will be no runtime fee for games built on Unity Personal, and they will be increasing the cap from $100,000 to $200,000. They will be removing the requirement to use the Made with Unity splash screen, and no game selling less than $1 million in trailing 12-month revenue will be subject to a fee. So this is what they've come out and said, and I'm sure we each have our take on it, so go ahead and talk about it, but me personally, I don't think this is going to satisfy Nintendo's lawyers.
No, probably not, but I do have to say that they pulled out quicker than a virgin on prom night.
Hey-o.
But I mean, it's good for the developers. Not good for the not good, like you said, not going to make Nintendo's lawyers happy, but
Hey, Kirby's in chat too. Hi, Kirby.
Hey, Kirby.
Yeah, all of Nintendo's lawyers staring down the barrel of their gun pointed directly at Unity. So, I guess that's the development. Does anybody think this is actually going to make game developers not as pissed off?
I mean, I do. I think this is carving out basically the entire sort of small-scale indie developer world. A lot of the people
organizing it.
who... I mean, how do you mean?
Organizing it into a preferred free tier package, as opposed to the enterprise models.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of cool of them to basically make it. You buy the personal use version and you can use it, and you don't have to pay the fee, unless or until you reach some level of success where you can presumably shoulder that expense, and I think that's kind of a fair arrangement.
I have never played Ballistic NG, Kirby, but yeah, tell us about it. Oh, I also don't have a Switch, so that might be a problem for me.
Can't switch it up.
Nope.
Or switch it out.
Unacceptable.
I am a Switch. I don't have a Switch.
There you go.
Hey, so am I.
Yeah, but you're a girl. That's different.
I will punch you.
You don't understand.
It's like
have you? Everybody knows The Stranger, right? It's like that, but you also have to figure out like grip, rhythm, position for a whole new hand. It's just a whole hassle.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood. I had a friend in high school growing up, and he was a righty, and I was just talking to. Well, he was right-handed, but he was also a righty, and I'm like, how do you like navigate your mouse and your keyboard while you're, And he's just like, I don't know, he'd figure it out. Never understood that. Thought that was so weird. Seriously, how do you? All right. Doesn't matter. None of this matters.
That's okay. I'm still trying to figure out how one of the streamers that I watch plays video games, and he uses the claw method on his mouse.
On his mouse. Okay.
God, it's awful. Like, he's got his ring finger on the left mouse key, or the middle finger on the right button, and then he's hitting the side buttons with his index finger. It's fucked up, and I can't. I can't wrap my brain around it.
What does he use his thumb for?
I don't know.
Is he like? Does he have one of those? Wait, does he have one of those mouses one of those mouses, one of those mice that has like a million buttons on the side for MMOs?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So he's got like a little tap dancing routine with his hand.
Yeah, pretty much. But it confuses me greatly because I'm sitting there like, I could never. Like, I have a hard enough time doing shooters with a normal hand position. Heaven help me if I try anything else.
Heaven giving you a helping hand?
That
Oh, cool. Yeah, Kirby is explaining what ballistic energy is. And here, I can actually throw this up in here. I found it on Steam. He says it's a lot like Wipeout, so I am familiar with Wipeout. This is really cool. And I can, I can picture how this would be really, really well received on Switch. That looks like a pretty fun racing game. Have you ever played F-Zero GX? I remember
such
that
a
shit.
fun game.
Oh my god, I played that in college. Because that was the first time I had
Yeah.
access to a console.
Long time ago.
Oh, this was ages ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Okay. Claw, Crotch Juice, and Unity.
What?
What do they all have in common? Next story would be also in the realm of not really great for gaming news. The Embracer Group says that it will be closing a few more studios. So I don't think we've discussed this on the podcast, but it has been on my radar. The Embracer Group a while ago was, let's see, what were they? They were getting into a deal with the Savvy Group, which is a Saudi investment firm that is interested in getting into gaming, and they were discussing a deal. These Embracer Group and the Savvy Group were discussing a $2 billion sort of merger, half acquisition thing earlier this year, and it fucking fell through the floor, and it left Embracer in a really super financially awkward position. And what it's resulted in is them closing down entire studios, laying off a lot of people, and apparently it's still going. The first time that this was across my radar was when they shut down, what was it, Volition? Because Volition is the studio that made Saints Row and Red Faction, and they're fucking gone. So, not great. This continues to go. A lot of talented people, a lot of great studios that have made some pretty popular titles are just closing. And I guess the last report is that Embracer Group is considering the sale of Borderlands developer Gearbox, which is fucking huge. Everybody knows Borderlands.
Wonder what implications that may have for the TV show / movie.
Oh, that's right. The Borderlands movie is still in production, isn't it? Or they're in pre. Never mind. Yeah. So, I guess, yeah. Ugh, that's not great. It's not great news. Wasn't Kevin Hart supposed to be in that movie?
Yep. I forget what character he was supposed to play.
The small, high-pitched one. Don't stand in the Millennium Falcon, Zero.
I'm really trying not to. This
is a bad level. This is a bad cycle. Yeah, it's a key.
It's one of those whispering echo things.
Yep.
They still drop, and it's like I do it for fun just to see how far I can get. This is the farthest I've made it.
Oh, you did real good. What'd you get? Tier what?
83.
Hey, not bad. Yeah, I have a bunch of those keys. Anytime that we're in D3 and you want, like, they still give you the whatever the little thingies that you can use for Caldazons, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the system,
of atonement.
right? So the system still works the way it did in the season. Cool. Everybody likes Caldazons, but I need ancient gear before I do that, huh?
Yeah, I actually was rolling rings earlier to get my COE and rolled a fucking ancient compass rose. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Nice. Useful?
I
can't read that.
It's part of my build. So
Nice.
Dex. Oh, you got area damage. That's good.
yeah. I have not rolled any of the stats on it yet.
Yeah, lose that movement speed.
Yeah, that movement speed's gone. That's the first thing to go. But yeah, I'm just worried about getting. Now I've got to get fist weapons, the two-piece fist weapon set, whatever that is.
Shenlong's something or other.
Yeah, I've got to get those, and that has been a pain in the ass. Can I just tell you?
Shenlong's Fist of Fury. Doom, 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 boom. All right, never mind. So, along with, okay, so it's bad news for Embracer-owned developers and studios, and the news that accompanies that last piece that we just reviewed is that 26 staff got laid off from the Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition studio Beamdog. So Beamdog is, along with Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2, they also made Planetscape, Neverwinter Nights, and Icewind Dale. So this is like, Beamdog's a fucking great studio for CRPGs. And 26 people, 26 talented individuals got laid off, all because of the collapse of a $2 billion deal.
Yeah.
I just hate the way that the system works, is that these studios get bought up. These studios start, because people like making games, and they start making games. And so then they get bought by this company, and then when that company faces financial difficulty, they just fire everyone. Like, it sucks that that's the way the conglomeration works, and it just leaves so many people out of jobs.
Agreed. And these are studios with history and like a history of successful games on top of their history of game development. And some of them are responsible for introducing mechanics that are just basic. They're bread and butter today. But yeah, I remember the first Baldur's Gate was fucking mind-blowing to me. I had never experienced anything like it. And Kirby says also online DRM should have stayed deceased. Should have been dinner. But that's what GOG is for. So if you ever want to go DRM free for Baldur's Gate, the Enhanced Edition, or Baldur's Gate 2, or Neverwinter Nights, or Icewind Dale, you can go on GOG. Godsend of a platform. That is actually where I bought Baldur's Gate 3.
What, GOG?
Yes, I did not get it through Steam.
Yeah. I got it through Steam.
No, that's fine. It was just I bought Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 through GOG because for Cyberpunk 2077 at the time I wanted to give CD Projekt Red all the profit, all the money, because I thought that they were coming out with something great. I was wrong, and that was very silly of me. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 on the other hand was a fucking massive success. Excellent game. Alright.
And it was an absolute, God, I love the game. I love it so much.
It is. There's a lot to love about Baldur's Gate 3. Going. So, we'll say that's the end of the bad news in gaming this week. So, yeah, this is the next thing. Thank you very much for. I think you posted this, Omega, about Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Thanks, because I do love Studio Ghibli. I love everything that Hayao Miyazaki has put out. It's fucking amazeballs that this day and age.
It's definitely just shared love that you introduced me to in college.
Yeah, that's right. With Spirited Away. It blows my mind still this day and age that we have a studio that is creating such popular movies with hand-drawn animation. It's all hand-drawn frame by frame, cell by cell. So it's a fucking amazing studio. But Studio Ghibli has, I think that Miyazaki announced in 2013 that he was going to retire, and that they started wrapping things up then. He's since come out with, I believe, 2 movies. Only one of them is quoted in this article. Let's see, which was the one that he came out? Yeah, he recently reemerged from retirement for his final film, The Boy and the Heron, which is a great movie. Everybody should go see it. But the point is, they couldn't really find an heir to Studio Ghibli. After Hayao Miyazaki and his producer, who the two of them founded the company together. Let's see. Oh, the producer's name is Toshio Suzuki. Sorry, Toshio Suzuki. The two of them announced that they're stepping down because Miyazaki's 82 and Suzuki is 75. They wanted to pass it off to Miyazaki's son, but his son said, the studio would be in better hands elsewhere. It's going to be impossible for me to define it myself because it is so well defined already. And he sort of wants to do his own artistic stuff, which I understand. But the sad part was they were unable to find an heir to the throne of Studio Ghibli, and so Studio Ghibli has been sold to Nippon TV after finding no successors for Hayao Miyazaki. This is not necessarily bad news, because Nippon TV and Studio Ghibli have had a relationship for decades, and it's been a positive relationship. And Nippon TV has put out statements that they are going to maintain the spirit of the studio, which I hope means they're gonna keep on putting out really quality stuff, but remains to be seen. It's just kind of sad that they couldn't find somebody to step up and be like, I want to be the next Hayao Miyazaki. Jesus Christ,
it's
guy's
so
talented.
hard. I mean, yeah, very talented. But that's the thing. I don't think there's gonna be another one. I don't think there's gonna be another person like him. And
Yeah.
to even like his son probably more than likely did what he did because I mean, how do you, even being his son, how do you live up to that?
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be next to impossible, and whoever would take over would have to try to live up to that expectation, and it's just not going to happen. It's going to cause undue stress, tons of anxiety related to that. I mean, hell, I don't blame anybody for not stepping up.
Yeah. It's a massive pair of shoes to fill. And yeah, I mean,
I'd say it's quite a feat.
Unacceptable. Again.
Oh,
That's
twice in a row
twice
tonight,
in one
Masami.
night.
Wow.
It's what happens when my soundboard actually works.
Uh,
Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Yeah. Well, where was I going with this? I don't know if Studio Ghibli should go on. I mean, it is sort of Miyazaki that made it and turned it into what it is and how it's appreciated today. Maybe it's just time for it to close, as sad as that sounds. I don't want it to go away, but, you know, time goes on, people get old, they want to stop and do new things. Sort of unavoidable. Yeah, Jesus Christ, they're listing all the films that made a huge impact. Can you believe Howl's Moving Castle was drawn frame by frame? Fucking insane.
that movie was breathtaking.
Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke, and Nazca, Valley of the Wind were the ones that I think I got the most into in college. Yeah, anyway. It's bittersweet news. So the studio is being handed over to Nippon TV, and we will see what they choose to do with that title. Because I'm sure there will be a studio. I'm sure in the next 5 years I'll watch a movie that has that iconic blue intro screen with Totoro sitting there.
Yep.
You know, one Ghibli film that I didn't really understand was My Neighbors, the Yamadas. I never really got into that one. Kiki's Delivery Service was pretty bizarre to me, but My Neighbors, the Yamadas was... I never knew what to think about that one. Somebody else go and watch that and tell me what the fuck it's about. I didn't get it. Alright, and last story tonight I threw in here because I'm a space nerd and I really want to talk about this. NASA's OSIRIS-REx capsule carrying the largest asteroid samples lands on Earth. I don't know if they're saying capsule carrying largest asteroid samples from the largest asteroid, or just the largest samples from the asteroid, because Japan also got samples, but they didn't get as much as America.
Yeah, I think this is the largest sample ever returned from an asteroid.
Oh, you're correct. Yeah, NASA space capsule carrying the largest soil sample ever collected from the surface of an asteroid has landed in the Utah desert 7 years after the missile's launch.
Wow.
So,
That's pretty badass. Science is awesome.
It's so fucking cool that they calculated, all right, it's going to come down on this date and this time in the middle of the Utah desert. And they fucking landed within a kilometer of where they thought it was going to. That's so fucking cool.
It's just math.
I know.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. I am such a fucking space nerd and science nerd and physics nerd. And like the fact that we have the capabilities to plan a space mission to such a degree that we can have it do that and know where to have it do the things 10 years in advance to make it all work is just fascinating. It's amazing. Science kicks ass.
Science rules. Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye is also responsible for Did You Know That? Now you know. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, the reason this is so cool for anybody who hasn't been keeping up with it is because these samples came from the Bamu asteroid, which is estimated to be at least 4.5 billion years old. So
wow,
it was around when our planet formed, and so this is sort of like a little time capsule. This sample that was taken is a time capsule as to what was floating around in our system when our planet was being formed for the first time, and apparently the sample also is somewhat carbon rich for an asteroid sample, so that's very interesting, seeing as we're all carbon-based life forms. We want to learn more about how much of what's on our planet evolved on our planet, and how much of it, or evolved and formed on our planet, and how much of it came from outside of our system, and how much of it was introduced to the planet. And, you know, that's going to give us an idea of where we came from, who we are, what we do. Why my crotch is so itchy.
Kerbal again.
Yeah, Kerbal's. I would like to watch you play Kerbal again.
Kerbal 2 is now out, and it's kind of like, do I get back into Kerbal Space Program 1, or do I wait another year or more for them to iron out all the issues in Kerbal Space Program 2?
It sounds like a great opportunity for you to just have a new playthrough of Kerbal.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm doing a new playthrough of Vivorian instead.
That's fine too. Yeah, what you should do in Kerbal is you should... how many planets are there in that system? Unmodded.
Kerbal?
Yeah.
Just the solar system.
It's just the solar system? Yeah, so you should go out, you should create a space station around some planet.
I don't know, 7 or 8 planets. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I could do. See, what I like to do in Kerbal, though, is I end up doing career mode, because I like that shit, and going through the science tech tree and progressing. And then I do some crazy shit, and then I get this awesome save file going, and then it gets unstable, because there's too many ships.
You're describing space engineers.
I'm describing every fucking game we play, Doc. This is just when we play games. We break games.
It's because we're attracted to games that say, here's a limitless sandbox, build whatever you want, and then we do, and we discover that there was much false advertisement.
And
there
the
was
limit
much false
does
advertisement.
exist.
Yes, limits very much do exist, and I get it. Like, I can't be unreasonable here. You can't, expect my PC at a certain point is going to have a difficulty calculating vector points for, a billion objects that I've built. I understand that. But a couple space stations and a rocket and, some scripts to make Solpows move should not be out of the question.
No, that should not break everything.
That's why Vorian is the superior space game.
It's like, why can't one of the good, competent major studios make one of these really cool turn-based survival builder construction games that
Hey,
we
maybe
love.
Ubisoft could do it.
Maybe Ubisoft can suck a bag of rocks. You could definitely.
He tried and succeeded very well in not saying that Ubisoft could suck a bag of dicks. But
But y'all knew that's where I was going.
yep.
Very close.
You could, Omega. You absolutely could pitch that as long as you can figure out how to pack the game full of microtransactions to make it financially viable beyond year 17.
Mhm.
I hate the way that so many game developers work these days. That's why everyone needs to buy Baldur's Gate 3.
Mm-hmm. Finished game at launch.
Finished game at
What
launch
gold?
with no fucking bugs. That game's never crashed on me. I've never broken anything in that game, and believe me, I've tried.
That is high praise.
The only bug that I have found is occasionally your characters won't jump when you want them to jump. That's why I
Yeah.
always keep Karlak in my party and just have her yeet the character that won't jump.
Yeah, so I switch out of group mode and I select the person who's straggling behind and I force them to jump. But yes, that has happened to me as well. Sometimes it's Shattercock, sometimes it's what's his face?
Starion?
No, Gale, actually.
Oh,
It's usually one of them that just decides,
Yeah.
well, I guess I'm good here.
you have to be careful with Gale though. You can't yeet Gale because he'll die. Because he's a wizard and they did make him very, very squishy.
That's
squishy.
yeah. That's why you multi-class him. Multi-class him
Yeah.
into fighter or barbarian or something.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine
That
barbarian
is
Gale?
great. Bro.
So like, no, I reject your stats.
I
I'm
would
using
like
my
to
own.
rage. He rages with a -1 modifier.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Raging with a -1 multiplier. Nah. -1 modifier. I still can't say it.
Maybe you need to modify your words.
Thank you. You know what? I'll kind of.
Acceptable.
There you go.
Third time's a charm.
Now you're only one in the hole.
I don't mind being in holes.
Make a dirty pun out of that, why don't you?
She already did. You were there.
Can't you just let me have this?
I mean, I can come again if you want.
No more than 2 times a night. That costs you extra.
There's a whole. There are 3 buttons below that I have no idea what sounds are on them.
Okay, so
Let's
here's what
roll
you
the
do.
dice.
Wait,
Press them
wait.
all
Oh no,
at the
wait.
same time.
I know what this one is. There,
Mhm.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Which means that the one right next to it is. My God, I love this soundboard. Yeah, so everything's shaping up real well for the anniversary show. Soundboard's working, trivia's being assembled. I gotta go on Twitter and ask famous celebrities to submit their questions to us. We will not be featuring any tweets from Rock the Dwayne Johnson this year.
Excuse me,
after his
Dwayne is
shenanigans.
a close personal friend.
Well, then tell him to get off his ass and start paying for shit in Hawaii instead of asking for other people to pay for it themselves.
Oh. Okay, I can't stop him. Oprah's gotten to him, okay? I can't help that.
Yeah, she also needs
Oprah has more money than me. Oprah has a lot more money than me.
We're gonna fine. Then if she sends us a tweet, instead of the tweet, I'm just gonna display that 5-second GIF of her taking a piss in Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman from 1994.
That is great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you thought the internet would forget about that, didn't you?
Watched that show, man.
Dr. Quinn was a great show. I mean, I'm saying
I know,
that
I love
I was 8 or 9 when I was watching it, so I thought it was the dirtiest show that was on television. I was just like, wow, I can't believe they're banging behind that door. Like, we can't see it, but they're doing naughty adult things.
So I have a question. Who in the office, in the Blizzard office, named these gloves? Touch Award.
Oh, the Touch Award.
Also, wasn't there one that was just called Chest?
Yeah, there's also one that's just called the Weinsteins.
Oh no.
Yeah. If you get those gloves, you go directly to jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail. No trial. No nothing. Straight to jail.
Oh
Yep.
God.
All right. So that's a good place to wrap things up. We're about. I mean, we could keep on going for another 3 minutes exactly, but. Oh yeah, because
Well, no, we'd have to go for another 6 because we started late.
You're right. You're right. All
I
right.
don't know, any late entries on the story list?
Let's see. I can't go to that one. Let me check my phone.
If we want to go into movies, I got to fucking watch the Mummy, the 1999 version in theater this weekend.
Oh, that's pretty great.
How was it?
Oh, I mean, good as it always is, but I got like unlimited real buttered popcorn while I was sitting there watching one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
And getting to see it on the big screen for the first time.
Describe the intensity of your eyegasm. How did this fucking happen on the podcast where I start asking the most stupid batshit questions and everyone just is like, yeah, that's a normal question.
It's because we know you so well, Doc, and we love you. And
God damn it.
It's true.
Anyway, I'm very glad that you got to see The Mummy on the big screen because it is a fantastic movie.
It was like the way that they did it was like it was set as a movie party, so they actually allowed you to like shout at the screen and cheer and all those disruptive things that they normally kick you out for. So
when Emotep came on, everybody got to boo.
I mean, actually, like now even though he's an antagonist, he's just too hot to hate. So
he always was.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
He was walking around half that movie. Well, I mean, the entire movie, you could see he either had no shirt or a very open shirt. I don't think there's a scene in that movie where you can't see some cleavage on that man.
Not to mention the entire theater at once, responding with Rick's line when after they get off the boat that's been firebombed and
looks to me like you're on the wrong side of the river.
The entire theater in unison. It was awesome. It was just awesome.
You know what blew my mind?
How you can tell I like movies.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking excellent movie. And the thing that got me later in life was the actor who plays Benny in that movie showed up out of fucking nowhere in There Will Be Blood.
Huh.
Like right alongside, what's his name? Of course I'm not going to be able to remember. There Will Be Blood, Oscar-winning movie, Daniel Day-Lewis. So the guy playing Benny, acting right across from Daniel Day-Lewis. And at that point, I was that old when I realized that the guy who played Benny was actually a serious dramatic actor, and I was extremely lucky to have seen him in a comical role when I was 11 or 12.
Yeah, no, like, I don't remember what else I've seen him in. I'd have to look at IMDb, but I have seen him in other shit that he wasn't playing a comedic figure. He's good. He's so good.
Also, less surprising was Rachel Weisz, because I think even at that age I knew that she was a serious actress.
Yeah.
And Brendan Fraser is just a gem.
Yeah. Like between The Mummy and Constantine with Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that's right.
That film didn't really follow the core material, but I enjoyed the film for what it was. I loved her in that. I mean, we're not, obviously not taking into consideration the bathtub scene where she's completely wet.
I mean,
not at all.
Not at all. Constantine also, yeah, anyway, I was going to say Rachel Weisz also in The Fountain. That was a tremendously serious role that she nailed, and she was also in a great historic drama called Agora, which was about a Greek or Macedonian mathematician who was back around, I don't know, I want to say it was like 150 AD, And she was the mathematician, or is the mathematician rather, who is credited for defining the orbit of the Earth around the sun. So she was the one who discovered that it's not a perfect circle, it's actually an oval in terms of an orbit, and it's not perfectly on center either. And she did all of this using sticks. She calculated the orbit of a planet using sticks 2,000 years ago.
Isn't it crazy what smart people are capable of?
Yes! It's fucking ridiculous, the things that Greek and Roman and Egyptian scientists came up with 2,000 years ago that were then forgotten for 1,400 years. It's fucking nuts.
Some people are just built different.
Yep. Some people are. Hey, you know, also in Constantine, that was the first movie where I saw Tilda Swinton, and I seriously questioned my sexuality because there is something about that guy that is just super hot. Like, Brad Pitt's a good-looking dude, but Tilda Swinton's on a whole new level. I ought to look him up, see what he's doing. He was in Suspiria, the remake, which was actually really super good. Remakes are not always super good. All right, and there we go. And that's our time. Exactly 1 hour. You paid for 1 hour, audience, and you got 1 hour.
Nice.
There we go. We hit an hour.
Absolutely spectacular.
See, I can always suggest some sort of movie thing, and we will always manage to hit our limit or exceed it.
I mean, it's a good end game filler.
It is. It's pretty great.
We've filled many an end.
Hell.
Yeah.
And a hard fart. And we're out. Yeah, so thank you everybody for joining us. Church of Chonkwij podcast. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Beans, fuck Winnie the Pooh, fuck Putin, fuck Nestle, fuck Linus Tech Tips.
Elon Musk.
Oh, fuck Elon Musk. You know,
who else is on the list?
We're
getting into political season. There's going to be many more people to add to this list.
Oh, fuck Kevin McCarthy. I mean, if we just want to go down the list with, fuck Jim Jordan, fuck whoever the guy is that just got caught with gold bars in his house.
Menendez in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Fuck that guy from Alabama who's blocking all the military appointments.
Oh, yeah. That fucking nonsense. Don't dick with our military. We need them to live.
Yeah, they're useful.
Jesus Christ, I just fucking forgot something. Oh, you know what you should go and watch real quick after the podcast is done? This goes for all the people listening still as well. Go check out Meat Canyon on YouTube and watch the episode that's got Elon Musk trying to build a rocket to go to Mars. Yeah, just go into YouTube and type Meat Canyon Elon. It should bring you the episode. It's pretty fucking great. So yeah, we'll catch you next week. See you in a bit. Bye, penis.
Later.